Hey guys, Max here, and welcome back to MaxFX Builds, where today we will be taking a look at LEGO Transformers Thruster. Now, this video might look a tiny bit different, and that's because I am now recording on my Canon EOS Rebel 4000D. And hopefully, this will just mean that my videos will be higher quality or something. Something like that, right? Well, either way, You can see all my skin blemishes in HD now. So oh boy, all the comments I get about like my woodworking and metalworking hands are gonna go out the wazoo. All right. Anyways, let's just move Mini-Me here off to the side. I always have to remember that like now I have to focus everything myself because autofocus is noisy. And we'll take a look at the actual build here. So Thruster here is my first jet former I've ever made, like on my own. And that being so, I have taken inspiration from a lot of other builders, and that'll become more prevalent. I'll talk about it more when we do the transformation. But just taking a look at him right now, he has this nice orange nose cone, this kinda aerodynamic looking shape. Like I said, it's my first ever attempt at a jet former on my own, so there's gonna be a few hiccups. You got some lights here, the wings, they sit kinda high up. And the undercable, while flat, is still a little bit, well, very apparent. Up top on the back, at least looks slightly like a jet. Like you have this little rod here that goes to the thruster in the back, hence his name. He has this big old chromed out thruster. And then you have these back fins, which had to be there, but the back is kind of boxy. And the wings don't tab it anywhere, so they like to move out of the way. But either way, I still think for like a first attempt, this is not bad at all. Like 0%. Like this could have been so much worse. And honestly, I'm pretty proud of myself for what I would manage to achieve here. So what we're gonna do now is do some quick comparisons. Then we'll jump into transformation and go robot mode stuff. So moving him off to the side here. For vehicle mode comparisons, here he is the only other aerial vehicle I've ever built, with the top half of Snow Chopper. I really do think that this is like kind of... I don't even know if this is in scale or not, because honestly, like, I know nothing about planes. Spin... Okay. Anyway, robot mode comparison, here he is with Overlands. Here he is with Overlands in his bot mode, which I think is pretty neat. At least looks fine. Sorry for the jank camera work, still getting used to this thing. I've done a few test runs, but still, obviously, it's not going to be perfect. And, yeah, just... honestly, that's about it for alt mode. Well, obviously, LeBuster, how can I forget LeBuster, Le Hot Wheels car, and Le Minifigure. Perfect. Now for accessories, he does have one, and as you saw in the thumbnail, he is compatible with my universal flight stand I've made for a lot of my builds. That just tabs into this little port he has on his bottom right there. So it kind of works. Also, I kind of see like the little hinges here as landing gear, so he can roll on those. And somehow he actually is balanced on them, so it's pretty neat. But other than that, now we're done with vehicle mode. We'll get on to robot mode. He does have one more accessory. He has his weapon, but it only works in robot mode. There's no place to store it in alt mode. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. So to transform Thruster here, fix my little focus there. I have manual focus now. So now my camera, I don't have to wait for it to focus for me. The first thing you're going to want to do is lift up this section, and then it has a little bit of slack, so just it just clicks in a tiny bit on the joint it's on. After that, just leave that there. Take the wings on their ball joints and move them up like this, just to get them out of the way. Come to the bottom here and open up these sections, and then everything just kind of starts coming apart. Flip out these sections here. We'll just finish these up really quick and then fold these down. those are the legs, simple as that. Next, we're going to take the nose cone on these hinge plates here. Well, not the hinge plates yet, but the whole nose cone assembly, it's actually on a Travis brick here. And for this step, I did take inspiration from Stupid Ninja's Blitzwing, so I'll either probably leave a card up in the top right-hand corner of the screen here, or I'll link it in the description. One or the other. It's a good build. I enjoyed it, and obviously it inspired me here. But that comes out, you rotate around the cockpit, reveals the head and everything. Next, you take the hinge plates now, and you bend them back. And then you take the entire weights assembly, it's also on these hinge plates, and it kind of bends back. Well, and you kind of got to line it up so that everything kind of sits flush. Just like that. Like the stud should be kind of sitting on the edge of the cone piece. And that's how you want it. We can split the legs here now. On the back, we're going to take this section here with the thruster, just move it up and then move it back. That's where it'll rest. And then we're going to take the wings here and just making sure they don't pop off, move them up and to the side. Just like that. And then you should be left with something that looks like this. And that's how his back will align. Next, we're just going to finish up the arms, and then we'll go on to the head, because the head does transform a tiny bit. But just rotate the arm here 90 degrees. Take the hand from back here, move it out 90 degrees on just some stud friction. And bend at the elbow, and then just bring the arm down. Do the same here on the other side. Just making sure that nothing comes out of alignment. Come to the hand. And just make sure everything is aligned. Drop the arm down. And just like that, hey presto, Bob is your uncle indeed. Move out the zoom. I like that. And just kind of get into balance, which is easier said than done because he does have wibbly knees. And once you have that, now we're going to decapitate him because I have too big of fingers to actually do this while it's still attached to the model. But you're just going to rotate each of these plates 45 degrees from each other to give him more of a accentuated visor look. So, and then you're just going to place it back on here, and now his mouth plate's pronounced along with the top of his head. And I think that really looks cool. So, just kind of get him situated here. I have to like actively remember what to do in reviews now. It's been a little bit since I filmed the one on Breakthrough. But yeah, that's him standing. I say standing in quotations. Barely. He wants to fall over so bad. It's simply because of like those weak knee joints. Like they're just super loose hinge plates, and there's not really much I can do about it, unfortunately. I might be able to use like the super glue trick that you use to like tighten actual action figure joints with, but I don't know if it's worth it. I might just buy new parts. I need to, honestly, anyway, soon. But anyways, let's bring him in close and take a look at the robot mode. So, moving in here. Yep, I guess that's all we get. Unless I want to switch to a macro lens, which I have, but I'm not going to do because I am lazy. So the head here, it's just 3 plates stacked on top of each other on top of a stud. Chest, I really like the way the chest came out with the cockpit kind of covering up the nose cone. That obviously, all credit to that goes to Stupid Ninja because that is his chest design. The arms, I think they look nice and beefy, especially for him being a Jetbot. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to be unexpected that this was a Jetbot. Like, besides the obvious wings, I wanted him to look super beefy, which most Jetbots kind of look almost frail in a way, if you get what I'm saying. But anyways, moving on down, the waist, it's discolored because I don't have any of these in white right now, or I just couldn't find them. The gap here in the arm is kind of but it's needed for a transformation. And the wings ending up here on the legs, like the tail fins. Honestly, the Titans Return Broadside toy did this, and I didn't like it much then. I still think there was probably something more I could have done with this if I wanted to make it a little more complex in the legs department. But for a first attempt, I don't think this is anything to complain about. Now turning him around, I actually think, like obviously, like you have the joints and everything, just hanging out back here. But I honestly think that the way the back kibble is managed, that I managed to get this done, is perfect. Now, that requires a little bit of explaining. Now, in lore, Thruster is a racer. So, he flies around doing like aerial races, but he's also a track star. So, what I see him doing is he has his thruster from jet mode still on his back, which allows him to kind of run really, really quickly. And what he could do is, just moving the camera out a bit more again, and then move it up, is he could straighten out his wings like this and turn them into a kind of like, well, still use them as wings, but use them as like a rudder so he can steer himself. Now, this idea is based on Unknown's build Overdrive, which I actually do have built. It's sitting on my shelf, but I don't want to grab it. And if you want more information on this concept, please do go watch his video. I'll also link that one in like either the description or put it in a card or something. But another awesome build, and another one I took kind of inspiration from for this idea. Now, obviously, if we want to, he's not racing all the time, so we can put his wings back in their idle formation. And that nicely brings us along to posability. Oh, by the way, you cannot put a flame in here. It's just not the right size. That's smaller than, like, 3mm, I want to say. Smaller than a clip that could hold a thing. But as you can see, posability, the wings could move around. The thruster's kind of locked in here, and you wouldn't really want to move it anyway. It's just a transformation hinge. But moving this back in, the head can rotate 360 degrees. Just on stud friction. So can the shoulders, which will come off apparently, but they can rotate 360 as well. As you can see, they can go up and down just to, make sure that you have the full range. Have 180 degrees of arm bend right here. His wrist can go up and down due to transformation, but it's kind of fiddly and I don't want to mess with it. He has an ab crunch due to transformation, but again, it's fiddly and you want to keep it lined up anyway, so I'm not going to mess with it. He has waist rotation, but like I said, fiddly, and the whole chest assembly likes to kind of explode if you're not careful enough with it. Now, below the waist, you have these universal hips, which are just fine. Yep, and they like to fall off too because it's all stud friction. You have the clip out to the side, and then you have 180 degrees of knee bend due to transformation. And that's it really for posability. Now, just let's move back out here and just set him off to the side. Hey, he's actually gonna stand. Dang, that's so cool. Like, he actually wants to stand. That never happens. It's awesome, guys. I swear. But anyways, on to comparisons. Here he is for a robot mode comparison again with Overland. Obviously, I really don't keep a sense of scale with my builds, so honestly, this doesn't bother me. Here he is once again with the helicopter portion of Snowchopper. Get back here. Here he is with L-Buster, little squeaky boy, with the Hot Wheels car. It's a Mitsubishi Evo, not a Skyline GTR. It's not a Nissan, it's a Mitsubishi. Thank you very much. I have to go off on these tangents because people in my comments section don't know their cars. Ooh, sick burn. Anyway, here he is with a minifigure as well, just so you can see. Yep. Look at how small he is next to him. Look, it's so precious. So precious. Anyway, okay, enough of me screwing my zoom. I love this too much. Like, I don't have to actually like put up with my computer trying to take care of it and failing miserably. It's amazing. Now, moving Mini-Me off to the side once more. get into playability of the figure, so just refocus on him. Now he can not plug into the flight stand anymore because down here it's plugged off. There's nothing back here besides like the thruster here, and the little black adapter here gets in the way. Could I take it off? Yes. Do I want to? No. He has legs. He can stand. He doesn't need to fly, even though he probably could. So that still works, but apart from that, we also have this, you know, ultimate weapon of doom. I don't know, I made it to look like it was airplane parts all kind of smashed together to make some sort of like rifle. Now, like, you have like your little red sight here, you have like a thruster here, or like an afterburner here, got a little tip of the gun here, little ammo rack. I kind of see this as being like a piece of landing gear, kinda, and then just, you know, all this is built around a Lego Knight's Lance piece, and I think that's kind of interesting. Like, I've turned this long sword melee weapon into this giant rifle, and I really like that. So all you have to do to get it in his hand is just simply click it in, like most of my other figures, unless you're Impeller and you want to be weird, because you had actual hands. And now he can, oh, no, don't fall. Do not fall. Falling is not allowed. But now he can just stand around and look cool with his gun. Can he stand like this? No, he won't. His legs will collapse, hence why I am holding him up here. And yeah, I don't want him to fall over because then I'll have to fix him, and that's just going to be a pain. But you know what I can do? I can use this as a third leg. And now I have more faith in him standing up. See, isn't this great? Like, you know, all of this is just amazing. Now, I'm pretty sure that's really going to wrap it up for this review. Thank you all so much for watching and for bearing with me. I'm still trying to learn how to use this camera the best, but I hope that it does step up the video quality. And my old camera, I may have found out all the kinks with it too late, but I did get this, so yeah, I think it was time for us to move forward, and I've been blessed with this, so. Either way, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for the review. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said, any creators I mentioned are either gonna be in cards or throughout the video or in the description. Big thanks to y'all for making it to the end of the video. It means a lot. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you do feel so inclined, let me know what I should build next. And until next time, guys, I've been Max, and I will see you all next time. See you guys. Bye-bye.